Okay, so a little while ago, I made a video here on this channel going over a bunch of Marvel games that are on the way that are going to be releasing soon that we can get excited for. Since that video, well, Marvel Spider-Man 2 has come out, so that's a game that's now off the list, and as well, a bunch of other Marvel games have been revealed and announced, and we know are on the way. So I figured, let's revisit the video, let's go over 9 Marvel games that are going to be releasing soon. The first one being one of the more recently revealed games, that being, of course, Marvel Rivals. This game is on the way at some point in the future. We don't know exactly what the release date is going to be, but we do know that we're going to be able to get our hands on the game on May 10th with the closed alpha test. Now, we just recently found out that everybody who signed up for the test already needs to sign up again with a brand new link, this time providing their system specifications, as they need to now know that you meet their system requirements for the game. I think they're trying to really narrow down who they're letting into the test, and they want to make sure, of course, that the people that they let into the test are going to be able to play it on PC. So with that said, I'll leave a link in the description box below if you haven't signed up already. I'm not sure if it'll be too late by the time this video goes out, but hopefully a ton of people are going to be able to get in there and get their hands on and play Marvel Rivals upcoming on May 10th. And I'm crossing my fingers that I am going to be one of those people. Yes, a lot of people are drawing comparisons to a game like Overwatch, and of course, Marvel Rivals definitely looks similar, but how is that a bad thing? A game like Overwatch that's fun to play, but with Marvel characters, that sounds incredible to me. I hope it's got a good skill curve. I hope there's going to be some support there in terms of esports and in general in terms of new content that they can add. There's so much potential. So Marvel Rivals, very hyped for that. We're going to get our hands on it very soon, but again, we're not 100% sure as to when it's going to release. I am 100% sure though that at this point you've scrolled down and hit the thumbs up button. Please don't tell me I got my facts wrong. Another game that has been confirmed for a little while now actually, but we just recently got to see some new footage from is Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. As I mentioned, this game was revealed a long while ago, but at the time of its reveal, we had no idea what this game was going to be called, and honestly, I think they settled on a pretty solid title. We just got a brand new story trailer for the game that gave us a ton of new information. This was during the GDC, actually. A presentation with Unreal Engine 5 was where we got that trailer, and my goodness, this is pushing the envelope, man. Graphically, visually, it's one of the most impressive games that I've ever seen. The cast looks fantastic as well. I just hope that the gameplay is going to be able to live up to the visuals. And if that does end up being the case, especially considering we know that Amy Hennig is at the helm on this game, this could end up being one of the best superhero games ever made. Let's keep it rolling. Another game that has just recently been announced actually at the Game Awards to everyone's surprise. Arcane Leon is working on a game for Blade. We got that reveal trailer during the Game Awards. The crowd went crazy. I was actually there live. It was a really awesome experience. And it was something that not a lot of people were expecting. And currently, actually, not much is known about this game in terms of, is it going to be an Xbox exclusive? I believe we know that they're planning to make it an open world third-person game. So, you know, for anybody who is a fan of Arcane Leon and familiar with what games they make, you know, things like Deathloop, Dishonored, they mostly dabble in first-person games. So they're doing something different here. It's going to be a third-person, probably action-adventure, and it looks like it's going to be open world. We got some concept art for it, too. The style looks fantastic, and honestly, this is going to be one of the more different-looking, in terms of visuals, Marvel game. And I, for one, am incredibly hyped. I'm glad to see that we're reaching out to other corners of the Marvel universe. We're not just going with the heavy hitters here. We're doing some different things. I have a ton of faith in the team at Arcane Leon and what they're going to do with this game. I cannot wait to see more. And then we also have another game that I am so insanely hyped for. We've known about this for like 2+ years now, all the way back during the PlayStation Showcase in 2021, when everybody was expecting that we were going to get a reveal for Marvel Spider-Man 2. We saw that Insomniac logo, we saw the Marvel logo, and our minds were blown as it turns out they're working on a Wolverine game. I still, to this day, get chills just thinking about that moment, watching it with you guys live on stream, reacting to it. It blew our minds. We were all going crazy. Since then, it's kind of been radio silent. We've heard some rumors from Jeff Grubb that it's going to be like a semi-open world thing, and it sounds like as well they're going to go for the M rating. They're not holding Wolverine back here, which I am very happy to hear. We don't know specifics about when this game could come out, but Insomniac has been releasing banger after banger almost every single year since 2018 with the original original Marvel Spider-Man game, so Marvel's Wolverine could be on the way relatively soon. Who knows? If a PlayStation showcase is coming this month, I don't know if it's already been announced as to when this video is going out because it's a pre-recorded video, well, then maybe we'll see it during that PlayStation showcase. And while we're on the topic of Insomniac, I mean, I think another game we can put on this list is one that hasn't technically been officially announced, but is a game we know is on the way, and that's Marvel Spider-Man 3. There's just no chance they're stopping it. Can you imagine Insomniac was like, you know what, actually, we're gonna leave you on a massive cliffhanger. We're not gonna give you the Green Goblin at all. Sucks to suck. Some Spider-Man fans, in my opinion, would maybe deserve that sort of treatment, but you know what? A lot of us are relatively normal, and we would like a Spider-Man 3. And again, I'd say it's safe to assume that they're working on it, that we're going to see it at some point in the future. It's probably not gonna be for several years from now, but Marvel Spider-Man 3, rest assured, it's in development. And hey, a little while back, EA had announced a partnership with Marvel. They said that they're going to be working on several games for the Marvel brand, and we now know for sure of 2 of them, and according to Jeff Grubb, there may even be a 3rd one. The first of which that was announced was an Iron Man game. This is in development at Motive Studio, the guys behind the Dead Space remake, so a lot of people are hyped for this because of the fact that they made a really good game with that Dead Space remake. Recently, we had some interesting news that Motive was kind of splitting up, with half the team going to work on the Battlefield franchise, the other half working on Iron Man. It was mentioned that they're making great progress. They've hit some good milestones internally, so it's promising, but it's a little worrying that they're splitting up the team like that and not just going all hands on deck with Iron Man. Other rumors out there have also suggested that the game is going to be using Unreal Engine 5, and from what we've seen out of Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, that means that this Iron Man game could look incredible. And then some other job postings have also hinted that this game is going to be open world, which, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I mean, that just makes as much sense as it would for you guys to subscribe and turn on those notifications for more Marvel game updates. I mean, when you just think about it, a character like Iron Man, yes, could work when it comes to a linear game, and I wouldn't mind if they wanted to make something linear, but you just want that open sandbox. You want to be able to fly around and do whatever the hell you want. And there's just an unbelievable amount of potential with this game. I really believe this could be one of the best superhero games if Motive manages to knock it out of the park, like we're all kind of expecting them to be honest. Think about the different villains that they can utilize. Think about what the combat could be like, the alternate armors they could choose from. So much that we can expect here. I'm very, very hyped. The other announced officially EA Marvel game that we now know about is coming from Cliffhanger Games. This is a brand new studio that was opened up by EA to work on an open world Black Panther game. And yeah, not a ton is known about this open world Black Panther game, but we do know that it's most likely going to be open world based on those job postings once again. And as well, we do believe that those job postings have hinted this game will also be using Unreal Engine 5. It looks like EA is just going all in on the new tech, and I can't blame them. I mean, from what we've seen so far, it's going to really change the way we look at games. Jeff Grubb initially reported on this game before its official announcement to say that we might have like a create a character thing going on here, where a mantle is passed down to us and then you create your own character who will then take on the mantle of Black Panther. Who knows though? That was reported a long while ago. We don't know where the development was at from when that was reported, so a lot could have changed, and I imagine a lot will change by the time we end up seeing it. And like I said earlier, before a lot of these games were announced, Jeff Grubb was reporting on them. He was saying that EA is making Marvel games. He said that one of them was Iron Man and one of them was Black Panther, and he also ended up tweeting that there is a 3rd one that's very, very far off. Now, this Iron Man and Black Panther game from EA, it's going to be a couple of years before we actually see anything from them. So I imagine if there is a 3rd EA Marvel game in development, it's a long ways away. But again, Jeff Grubb has been very reliable when it comes to his reporting on these EA Marvel projects, so safe to say there is a 3rd project at EA in development right now under the Marvel banner. Who that could be for, what character or characters they could be making a game for, we'll have to wait and see. I know a lot of people would love to see something like Fantastic Four. I'd be all about that as well. I would love to see Marvel's first family get the AAA treatment, but again, we don't know for sure. And so a lot of these games we've been talking about here on this list so far have all but been confirmed or have been confirmed and announced officially. This last one though has been heavily teased and is honestly a game that I expect to be made, but we have no official reveal. We have no official confirmation as of yet. Because you see, when Marvel Spider-Man 2 was released, it was asked to Insomniac during an interview after we found out that Venom was a playable character in that game, hey, What about an Insomniac Venom game? To which John Paquette, who works over at Insomniac, responded, here's what we're doing. We're focused on Spider-Man 2, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait to see how the fans react. We're gonna listen to the fans, and we're gonna ask ourselves, okay, what do the fans really want? And people went crazy when this quote was released online. Knowing that we got to play as Venom in Marvel Spider-Man 2, seeing the hype surrounding that mission, that was one of the main reasons we all wanted mission replay in the game. It just makes sense for Insomniac to do something of the size of Spider-Man Miles Morales, but with Venom as the center focus. And this way too, I think we can kind of get the best of both worlds when it comes to interpretations of Venom. You know, Spider-Man 2 had the more villainous Venom, where he's kind of this brute, he's a monster, he's scary, whereas a Venom game can give you the more lighthearted, kind of comedic tone that some people expect from Venom in the comic books. He's still brutal, don't get me wrong, he's kind of like an anti-hero, but you know, there's some fun to be had there, and maybe they're gonna go for that if we get a Venom game. I just think John Paquette saying we're gonna listen to the fans, we're gonna sit and wait and see what they really want, that's just, again, for me, all but confirmation that they're trying to work on a Venom game. But only time will tell. Insomniac has a lot of real estate on the list of Marvel games that are on the way, but there's still so many other awesome Marvel games that I've talked about here in this video. And now I want to kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. Out of this entire list, what Marvel game are you most excited for? I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.